how you negotiate a salary effectively. Do you use other offers as leverage? Do you threaten not to take the job? You've just been involved in a long search and finally found one possibility, and you'd hate to lose that, but you don't want to be sold short either. Maybe you could talk about how you negotiate kind of effectively.
Yeah, again, I think that's something that it has to fit the way that you personally do things and your approach to things. If you've got other job offers, absolutely, let them know. I would say let them know regardless of whether or not it's a salary conversation, because you want them to know that you do have an offer on the table, and that might change the timing around some things. So yeah, if you've got other numbers to share, absolutely. If you've got some sense of, what else other people are getting paid for similar roles, hopefully you do walking into that conversation, use that information. So saying things like, I'm aware that the typical salary for a job like this is X in this area, or in, between X and Y. Or it depends on the position you're in. You always want to try to negotiate by having the other party be the first to give a number. And sometimes it works that way and sometimes it doesn't. So if it, works that way, you can always say things like, I expect to be, when you're asked what salary you want or what you're looking for, you can give an answer like, I expect to be paid fairly given my expertise and the job description. You're sort of telling them you expect to be paid what other people are paid for the same kind of work. If you've got other industry data, as I mentioned, there's some other resources you can go to that have a lot of that kind of data. Taking it a little more extreme, like you said, Eric, threatening not to take the job, that's a personal decision. Yeah, you can definitely go that way if you want. It's, I think you have to think through what are the consequences and are you okay with that? And if you are, then that's okay. Sure. I think some of it, too, is the approach kind of depends on the person. I've had some negotiations that were very, almost, I would say enjoyable, where it was a good conversation, there was some back and forth, and we came to something that was agreed upon. Other negotiations I've had were a little bit more of playing hardball, and so that meant that I took a different approach then because they wanted to play hardball, so I said, okay. So I tried to tweak my approach depending upon the person I was negotiating with and how they seemed to want to approach things.